It's a great thrill to have the chance to talk to you today.
Thank you.
I've been aware of Il Divo since the very, very beginning of the group's formation. Now, did you know what you were auditioning for when you first went along, or were invited? How did it happen for you?
Well, I was in Dublin. I was doing an opera over there, and I remember my manager at that time. He told me, "Look, Carlos, there's some auditions to do some kind of a crossover record," but they never told me he was for a band. So I did my audition, and I thought I would have a private audition. So then I went to the same theater that I sung the night before, and what was my surprise that I went to the front row. I mean, to the front desk where the girls had said, "Okay, look, my name is Carlos. I have a private auditions." I said, "Look, put this number on and just wait the cue." So I was like, "What's going on?" So then I remember that I called the manager. I wait for about 1 hour and a half, and then I remember
that's a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time, and I was really, really angry because I remember that I spoke to my ex-wife, to my ex-manager. Okay,
how dare they
what's
keep
happening?
You waiting?
Yeah. So then it was my turn, and then obviously I started to sing, and after singing, they asked me if I would like to be part of a band. I said no, I'm not interested. They said, "Are you free next year?" I said no, because I was supposed to go to sing at the Covent Garden, and then at the Reina Verona. And then I remember that I went back home, and then after a week, my manager called me saying, "Look, a guy called Simon Cowell, he's going to call you himself." And I didn't know who he was. So then Simon called me and said, "Hello, Carlos. I want you to come to London to meet me." I said, "Okay, all right, okay, let's go." So I went there and I listened to the songs, and even then he was explaining to me, "Look, there's going to be a band, blah blah blah." I said no, but then they called me again after 3 days, and I said yes. And then I canceled all my opera engagements, and then I started with Il Divo. That was 2002, I remember.
Wow,
and then we started.
That's long ago, right? Okay.
It's very long ago.
So, what do you think those initial doubts were? Like you were thinking no, and it obviously took some persuasion to get you interested in joining a band. So why do you think that was?
Well, it was because even if I love the opera, I was a little bored. To do sometimes this opera feeling. So I thought, okay, let's do something new. And then suddenly when we started, I never thought that we would be number one. I thought, okay, maybe we're gonna sell some few records, and that's it. And I remember the first day, it was 9 o'clock in the morning, and we were waiting for the number one or number 3 or number 10. We were doing bets for the sellings, and suddenly they told us, the record company told us at 9 o'clock in the morning, "Look, guys, you are number one, and you knocked out Robbie Williams from the charts." I said, "Oh, that's amazing!" And then then we started, and then we never stopped. That's amazing.
And the rest is history, as they say. So, what do you think makes the band so popular? What do you think makes Il Divo such an amazing brand?
Yeah, I think it's the mix. It's the mix of this kind of operatic voice with a pop voice, and always dressed with like a gentleman with those Armani suits and everything. And I think it's a mix because it's a kind of reminder of the Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. The Rat Pack.
Yes.
And it's a mix of a Rat Pack, operatic Rat Pack. So I think that's why we had so much success, and then so many other groups has just imitate us.
I would definitely say that Il Divo the forefront of all the other groups, because you're just so massive. It's international. So how much of your year does Il Divo take up?
Well, usually, we have 120 shows a year, sometimes more. For example, this year and a half, we haven't done absolutely nothing. We went to the States, we did this live stream, and then we came back, thinking that maybe we would do something. They said, no, June was arriving. No, you can't. July, no, you can't. And suddenly they said, finally, okay, now the pandemic is starting to be a little more calm. So now you can start. So then we're going to start at the end of November in Spain at the Canary Islands, and then we're going to go straight to the UK. And
Yes.
we're going to start with a Christmas show, because we're going to mix Christmas songs with some new songs, of course, and it's going to be a really beautiful with a big orchestra, a really beautiful show with a very much more intimate. We want to be very close to the audience, so it's going to be really beautiful. Mm-hmm.
That was going to be my next question, because you are opening your tour in my very lovely hometown of Southend-on-Sea. So Southend is a more intimate venue. So obviously you're wanting to embrace the more, because I know you've done a lot of arena tours, haven't you, in big places. Yeah. So is it time to kind of get closer to the audiences and really, enjoy meeting them more personally?
Yeah, especially in this show. I mean, especially in this show because, as I said, there are really a lot of Christmas songs, and of course, it's a really a show to enjoy and to forget what's happening in all this past 2 years.
Sure.
And that's what we try. I mean, to be really really close to the audience. I mean, to let them forget if they lost someone. It's so it's going to be a really happy show, and I mean, we're going to be really happy because we haven't been on stage for for 1 year and a half.
For so many performers, the chance to go out there and do it again, it must have made you realize what you love doing and why you're doing it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, when we're live, that's the moment that we can really show that we are a live band, that we are real. Yeah, because obviously in a record you can when you listen to some singers, they can trick it, they can do whatever. But when you have a live show, then that's the moment to show that you are there, and that's what you are. And that's why we love so much. I mean, to be on tour, and because not only singing, when you hear that the audience enjoy what you're doing and they cry or they dance, that's something really special. And when you hear the clap as a present, that's the best present you can.
Of course it is. Of course it is. So tell me, let's talk about the Il Divo's fan base for a minute. You obviously, would you say that the main bulk of the people buying the tickets are ladies?
It has been changed over the years because it's ladies and men also. I mean, we have a 50-50, and
I'm glad to hear it.
No, we have a really big range of audience. I mean, since really young people, young kids who are coming to see the show. Even I remember there were some mothers. I mean, they were telling us. I mean, at the meet and greet, look, when my kid, I mean, cannot sleep, I just play Il Divo, and then they go straight away to sleep. So it's like, wow, that's amazing.
Is that a compliment you're thinking?
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's a compliment. So we have a huge range, and there's also, as I said, 50-50 with men and women. So
I'm glad to hear it, because singing is for everybody, and opera is for everybody. And so, were you, as a younger singer, the famous three tenors collective, Pavarotti, Carreras, Domingo. What were you influenced or inspired by them when you were a younger singer?
Oh yes, of course. I mean, not only me. Il Divo, for example, started because Simon Cowell went to see one of those concerts, and he said, "Okay, I need to do this with some younger singers around the world." So that's why he was choosing this. He did this auditions. I mean, to choose us.
Yes.
And that's why we are here. But yeah, I mean, I was a huge fan of the three tenors for sure. I mean, they were amazing, and they were the ones who were really open the door to do this kind of stuff. Of course, also Andrea Bocelli, Sarah Brightman. They also did it. But I think it has been a mix of everything.
So you yourself are Spanish.
Yeah.
Who would you say was your favorite tenor of all time?
Of all time, it's difficult, because
really difficult.
Had fantastic. I mean, For example, when I was a child, I mean, I was really young. I was 6 years old, and I remember the first movie that made me sing was Mario Lanza. I don't know if you knew this singer who did who played on the big screen
Yes,
the Great Caruso.
Caruso.
Exactly. So when I saw that movie, I said, "Wow, I just want to be like this man." So he has been also always one of my favorite. And then of course, I mean, Placido Domingo, Carreras, Pavarotti, even Alfredo Kraus. I mean, Alfredo Kraus and Montserrat Caballé, they were my teachers when I was much younger. So then I've been always involved in the opera and also in the pop world. So therefore, I can change the voice with the opera, with the pop, quite easy.
Yes. Now I can hear, I mean, I've always been aware when I've listened to recordings of Il Divo, I would say you have the heaviest or most powerful voice of the four. Yeah. So how do you find that the four of you work together? I mean, you've got very different voices, haven't you? The four of you have got very different voices. So how do you go about making this sound, the blend?
I think that's one of the mystery, yes, and the beauty of Il Divo, because obviously I'm a baritone, I'm the darker voice, and then we have David Miller, the American guy who was a very high tenor, and then we have Urs is the middle high, and then we have Sebastian with the pop voice. And I think without any of each other, we couldn't be Il Divo. I mean, for sure, because even if we have done some shows sometimes where with only three because one was sick or whatever, but we never do that because Il Divo is Il Divo. And I think that's the magic, because we never knew at the beginning that we would the voices could match together so well. And I remember it took us about 4 months at the beginning, because the first record we ever did, I remember that was so difficult to find the right balance, because we didn't know who would be the best to take some parts, who would be the best to take the other. And then at the end, we after trying and trying, I remember the first song was "Unbreak My Heart" from Tony Braxton in Spanish, and I remember we did this song the first time in the show at the Parkinson show. Yes, that was 2003, and I remember that was the first time. I mean, of course, we heard it before at the recording, but doing it live, that was the first time we ever sung live together. So we were like, "Wow, this works!" In Parkinson, yeah, wow. 2003.
So at that point, you'd never done a gig together?
Never ever. That was the first ever gig we ever did on TV and everywhere, because that was the first thing. And then from there, we just started. I mean, Simon Cowell was there, and Parkinson supported us very much. And then we went to America. I mean, we did many shows with Oprah Winfrey. And then from there, we just I mean, when everywhere, and 40 million records sold, and I don't know how many number ones. And it's amazing. Well, we just finished a new album about the Motown.
Yes, I've been having a listen. And I was surprised actually how well you got it. Suits your style, but it's I suppose a lot of Motown was written for groups and for male groups, weren't they? So like My Girl, for example, it translates very well to an opera, to your style of opera band as well.
Yeah, it does. I was quite surprised when I heard also the song "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" with Marvin Gaye. Yeah, I was like, "Oh, I don't know how this is going to work." Yeah, but certainly the good thing with Il Divo, I mean, we are so lucky that we always do these things and can be doing. Yeah. It works amazingly hard.
Would you say that this the Motown is about as far away from the tradition of classical and opera as you can get? I mean, were you surprised when that idea was muted?
I was surprised because I really thought this wouldn't work. At the beginning, I was like, okay, let's see what's happening, and which kind of music. And because what we wanted to do is just to still keep the flavor of the Motown, but with our voices. And especially when we were singing duets with Boyz II Men or with Marvin Gaye, it was like, okay, those are very special voices, very soul voices. So let's see how we can start very, very pop, and then suddenly still having our our classic moment at the end. And we did it. I mean, after recording, and this recording process was quite difficult because each of us, we were in different countries. I was in Spain. The guys, they were in America. And we have the producer who was also Spanish, Alberto Quintero. So he was recording the guys via Skype at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for him. I mean, with the other guys, and with me. Well, he was in Barcelona, I was in Madrid, going to his studio, and we were also recording via Skype. So that was the way to do it. And then when we got the harmonies, we were all together on Skype saying, okay, this harmony works for this one. It was quite a year. I mean,
a challenge, I would imagine.
It was a challenge. It was a big challenge. I mean, I thought it wouldn't finish as well as we all thought. That's for sure.
Well, it sounds that I mean, whatever they've done, they put it all together brilliantly, and it sounds. It sounds like you're all in the room. So, have you all met up yet as a group? Have you been in the same room lately? When was the last time you were in the same room?
Yes, we did it in May. That was on the 8th of May when we do the live stream. We did it from for Mother's Day in America. That was in LA. So we all flew. I was one flying over, and then we did that show, the live stream show, and it was nice to see each other. I mean, obviously with everyone testing with the PCRs and whatever. And but it was a fantastic show. It was something. I mean, to be on stage even with no audience, that was really strange. Because singing, when you sing, you expect an applause or whatever.
One applause,
yeah. So we were talking to the camera, saying, "Okay, hello, I know you are there. Thank you very much."
Yeah.
So we hope you like it.
So how important is the camaraderie between you?
It is. I mean, obviously, right at the beginning, we didn't know each other. I mean, that was quite difficult because I remember then when we started, they were saying, the record company said, "Look, you're going to need to be friends for the next 15 years," and they even didn't know if Il Divo would work. But after this close to 18 years, so we are really like a family. I mean, we know each other so well that sometimes we don't need even to speak. When we have an interview, we look into each other's eyes, and we know exactly what the other one is going to say, or maybe is angry or didn't like this question, and then the other one is taking it. So it's something very interesting. And when we go to the studio, it's amazing because we know each other. I mean, when we share the song, we just say, okay, look, this is for Carlos, this is for David, this is for Seb, this is for Urs. I mean, we know what works. Because sometimes we have tried to change the formula of not doing maybe me the big moments. But okay, we tried. But we know Il Divo and what the people are expecting is Il Divo formula because that's what we are.
Okay. And how do you keep your voices healthy when you're on your schedule? Because it must be the amount of traveling. I mean, as a singer myself, I know how tiring traveling can be. So you have to, what do you do to keep yourself in vocal and physical shape?
It is tough. I mean, the good thing, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go out at night. So I just if I have a little party, I just do it in my room with some women. If not, then not. So that's the only thing that I do. That's the best thing for the voice.
Yeah. Someone here. Yeah.
Yeah. So then obviously I just sing every day, for example. I mean, when you have a solid technique, you have a solid voice, and you know what you're doing, then it's all okay. I mean, obviously the good thing with us, we know what is our range of voice. So I know perfectly that if I sing higher than what I could, maybe I will crack the note, and maybe I could get sick. But the good thing, it's very strange. In this 18 years, we only have canceled, I think, twice. Once it was because of snow, and the other one was because one of us he was really sick. He was with fever, and we couldn't be on stage.
Couldn't do it. Yeah.
But normally, I mean, only one. I mean, as I said, with us, only one time.
So looking back over the last 18 years, can you name any particular highlights that have really meant a great deal to you in your performing life?
For sure. Has been many anecdotes. So there was one when we did the Madison Square Garden with Barbra Streisand. That was, I think, in 2006, I think. So over there was everyone from Oprah Winfrey, Ben Stiller, Robert De Niro, Clooney, everywhere. And then suddenly I remember there was the pause in the intermission, and someone knocked on the door, and that was Hillary Clinton. She said, "Look, I'm a very big fan of you guys. Could you make a photo?" So then I was with my underwear. I was like, oh, sorry. So I remember I went inside. We just put the clothes on. We went outside and we did the photo with Hillary. And then Bill Clinton came and said, "Hey, I should play the saxophone with you on tour." So it was a really lovely moment. Yeah, the press was there and they said, yeah, Bill Clinton would do a tour with Il Divo. So it was a really fun thing. And then of course, I mean, being with Barbara Streisand, I mean, doing a tour with her, that was really iconic. That was just amazing. Then we also have sung with Celine Dion, with Toni Braxton. But one of the thing, for example, I mean, when you're on the road, you meet so many people. I mean, when I met, because I'm a really big fan of Tom Jones. And I met Tom Jones, I mean, several times, and he's such a nice man, obviously, and his voice is just amazing. Even now that he's 80 years old, it's just unbelievable.
Phenomenal. I think
he is unbelievable.
It's the most extraordinary thing that the body gets older, but actually the voice almost has a life of its own. Do you not?
It does. It is amazing. I mean, his voice, when you hear him live, it's like, wow, it's just the same Tom Jones that he was before. So
his recording of Thunderball, have you heard that?
Oh yeah. When he goes
with the
to
top B flat at the end.
The B flat, it's just amazing.
It just goes on and on.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, he had like a baritone soul voice with a tenor voice. He was just unbelievable. This guy.
So can you hit those top Bs like that, or those top B flats? Is that part of your range, or do you see yourself as a deeper voice?
I have it. I do it sometimes with Il Divo, and I mean, I'm there. A B flat sometimes. I mean, but my more comfortable notes should be G, F, E.
Yes.
I mean, A flat. That's most comfortable. But when I need to go up, you just go, because when your
interesting, because I've always thought of you as a tenor. But maybe Barry. I think there's this new term, baritone, now, isn't there?
Yes, I remember there was a time when, because before Il Divo, I sang as a baritone, as a lyric baritone.
Right.
And then I remember I was thinking, I mean, to maybe after Il Divo, I don't know, to sing Wagner as a tenor. Yeah, but obviously I don't have time for that. So, but that was in my head, and I was starting to study Parsifal. I mean, all those heavy tenor Wagner voices. And I could hit it, because those voices are the typical kind of my voice. But but I have much more fun with Il Divo, I must say.
Of course you do. Of course you do. It's also, I would imagine being part of a group is less lonely than traveling around the world as a solo singer from place to place, turning up and doing loads of rehearsals. You know, it can be a lonely lifestyle.
It is. I mean, with the guys, it's great. I mean, because we just travel around. We have a very fantastic humor on stage, and there's also out of stage. So it's a very nice life, I must say. Yeah, because when you're not with the guys, you really miss them, because it's like, wow, okay, let's be together, let's do music. So that's what we love.
What do you guys do? The show's over. What do you do to relax?
Well, myself, I mean, usually we don't go out. As I said, I mean, sometimes I can go out myself because I'm the night. I just love the nightlife, but I don't go out so much anymore. I mean, as I said, I just do sometimes little party in my hotel. I mean, a drink or whatever. I mean, drink just a Diet Coke because I don't drink. But yeah, that's what I do. I mean, the good thing. I just tend always to go to bed very late, and then I woke up late, and then I go to the show. So for me, it doesn't really matter if I'm in Japan or I'm in England, because I just don't.
The life is always the same. Can you imagine what life would have been without Il Divo?
Well, I would do operas. I would do. I mean, I'm sure my solo career maybe not so successful. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I was singing opera at that time, and I was really dedicated. I did musical theater and then directed the opera. But so I would be singing opera everywhere, I guess. So that's what I would have done. But
you would have been doing that, yeah. But it made it all much more global and very exciting being part of the.
It is. I mean,
of
course, because having sometimes 120, 140 shows a year, that's quite crazy, because you go from Japan to New Zealand, Australia, here, there, Spain, England. It's a crazy time. I mean, of course, you are really tired, and then sometimes when you wake up, say, "Oh my God, I need to sing now." But the good thing, what we all four have, is we love so much being on stage. Then we can be tired, we can be a little sick, we can be whatever. That when we're on stage, everything is gone. I mean, you must be very sick to not be on stage for sure.
Yeah.
But if you have a little flu, whatever, you just go on stage and it doesn't really matter. You just hit the notes. And if you don't hit it, the good thing being you just look to the other one and say, "Hey, I can tonight. You hit
Help
it."
me out here.
Yeah. But it's a great.
Well, I can see your enthusiasm for singing and for the Il Divo are as strong as ever, and I cannot wait to see you in December.
Absolutely.
In Southend. Hope to get to say hello afterwards, and good luck. It's been fabulous talking to you.
Thank you very much.
What a joy. Thank you so much, Carlos. All the very best to you.
Thank you. See you then. Bye-bye.